Let me get my little coffee. Yay. This is real life.
With Allie Rupert. Oh my gosh, that's a great way to start the video.
It is.
Hey everyone, it's me.
Hey.
I'm here with Allie Rupert, aka the Hemp Honey, and I just think it would be so awesome for you guys to really get to know her. I know a lot of my friends have talked to me about her and have asked me about her, and so here she is in all of her glory.
Hi.
So we're just gonna dive deep and ask Allie some questions, because there are some things that I don't know that I'd be interested in knowing, and I know you would find really interesting. So we're just gonna get started. Let me first tell you a little bit about Allie. She, her and I met because she did my makeup, in 2013 I think?
Yeah.
And she was amazing. So she did my makeup a few more times after that. And that's really just kind of how we hit it off. But then, you know, we really got to know each other and found out that we had like a lot in common about like nutrition, fitness, and I would always ask her questions about like, what do you do for your skin and all that stuff. So she gave me some good pointers. So Allie's really just like my go-to for any like beauty, skincare, all that stuff, because she is a licensed esthetician. Mm-hmm. She is a makeup artist and has been for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, about 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
So now she is living in Northern Virginia and really into fitness and nutrition and really getting to know herself and listen to her body.
It's a great explanation. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's very flattering.
Oh. Yeah. So I guess just tell us about yourself. Like, I mean, what you're doing right now, mm-hmm. and what your hobbies are, and like what you do for a living.
Let's see. I'm in school. I just finished my associate's degree, so I have 2 more years to go to get my bachelor's, which seems like so long.
It'll fly by.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. But you know what? Everyone that has a degree says that. That's what I've noticed. It's only the people that have their bachelor's degree.
But it does.
That are like, oh, it'll fly by.
It does. I tell people, I'm like, I just wish I was back in school. But then again, I don't. Like, right. It really just flies by. So
yeah, I'm hoping it will fly by. So I am currently taking a semester off to work full time. Trying to eliminate the overall debt at the end of the degree, so I'm trying to work as I go.
Yeah.
So some of my hobbies, oh man, I have so many hobbies. I like to cook. I really like to cook. It's like in my happy place.
Yes.
I'm in the kitchen, I have like an apron on, or I'm just like listening to a podcast or music. Oh, that's another hobby. It's podcasting. I'm literally addicted to podcasting. Kiara is like one of my few friends that understands this addiction, because
like obsessed.
Everyone else is like, podcasting is so boring. Like, why would you want to do it? But I've realized that I work really well when I'm like not currently. What's the word? Constantly like, I don't know, like learning something or having like that stimulation of like, I don't know. I get really bored easily, so I don't like to sit in silence a lot. I like to like constantly be stimulated by something. Yeah. So podcasting is a huge hobby. I like to work out. I like to go running. I do yoga. I like to take my dog on like really long walks. I do that every day, usually like 30 minutes to an hour. We go on like an epic walk.
That's insane. I need to get there. Like I say, I take my dogs on
walks. We have 2 dogs, so that's a whole different ball game.
No,
I couldn't do that.
And it's like tough in the cold.
And they're big dogs. They're tiny.
They're big dogs, but I just really, like, that's one of my goals, like, going into 2018. I know I could start any day, but it's just so freaking cold.
It's freezing.
It's freezing, so, but that's good for you.
Yeah.
And Athena.
Yeah, so sometimes I take her to the park, but most of the time we just go around the neighborhood.
That's awesome.
What else do I like to do? I like to hang out with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I like to hang out with my boyfriend. We like to go to the movies a lot, or watch movies a lot. Yeah, I think that really, I mean, I'm into makeup. I like to do makeup. Yeah. That's another hobby.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a clean freak, so I like to clean a lot. It's like something I do to like relax. It's just, or when I'm stressed, I just clean everything. It's like a healthy way to handle stress. But yeah, that's about it. Those are my hobbies. Awesome. I like to read. I just got a Kindle for my birthday.
No way!
Yeah,
Emmanuel got you that.
He did, and then I got a cover from my mom for Christmas. So
that's awesome.
I've been trying to get everything into like one thing instead of having like 100 books. I'm trying to have it all in one, so I'm trying to get used to it because I'm more of like I like to have the physical, but what I've realized is I need to just have like the classic books, like poetry, and then like the classics I'll have in real book cover.
Yeah, no,
but as far as like everything else,
because it'll just pile up, especially if you're like a big reader.
I have a huge stack that I'm getting rid of in that room over there. You should look through it.
I will.
It's huge. But yeah.
So what, based off your hobbies, what are your current dreams and aspirations? Like, dream big, like,
Ooh,
number one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I've already decided that this year is the year of travel and epic adventures. I'm really into doing crazy things. Like, I get bored with just everyday life. I like to, let's go here, let's do this. Yeah, I'm really impulsive. If you haven't noticed already from being my friend for this long, I'm kind of like crazy. This year, well, I'll just say for this year, because that's all I've honestly thought about so far. I'm going to have like bigger life dreams, but for this year, I just want to travel everywhere. I want to travel at least like 5 times this year, just out of Virginia. I would say my like overall life goals, I want to finish my degree. That's a life goal. I want to be able to at some point, which I know a lot of people are probably like, what? But I want to be able to financially support my mom one day. That's a life goal. Probably a really long, far away one, but that's something I'd love to do, is be able to help her in her retirement. Yeah, I definitely want to have babies one day, but that's like get married and have babies. That's like
far down the road.
Yeah. I just turned 25 this year, so I'm like, okay, you have like 5 years or so to figure out all those details.
Do you want to have babies by a certain age?
I'd like to have them by 30.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because you know, like, every year you get older, you like push it back a year. Like, that's what happens to me. When I was like 21, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have kids by 25. Like, easy.
Yes.
Done. 25's the age. And now I'm 25 and I'm like, maybe
no
30?
No babies.
Yeah, I think I need about at least like 3 more years before I even
think about it.
I guess I gotta get married first.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, nobody else does these days. It's like so out of style to get married before kids, but
it is.
Yeah,
but
we'll see.
That was like one thing when I was like going out of high school. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have like my dream boyfriend, my fiance, bring him home by 21, by like 24, like we're gonna have babies and be married and all that stuff. And I was like,
it was a solid timeline, right?
Oh my god, like, nothing is happening, but that's okay.
Yeah,
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Health. Let's talk health.
Ooh, let's talk health.
I know you and I have talked about like some things as to why you're like living the life you do, and you've always kind of been like this like peaceful person and stuff. So like, what health issues have you undergone to make you really transition into a holistic lifestyle?
To a healthier lifestyle.
Yes.
Let's see. I really wasn't health conscious or into health at all until I probably moved to California. And when I was there, I think I thought I was, like, when I moved there, I thought I was like a more health conscious person. But then I didn't really start feeling physical things, like, you know, when your body is just kind of like, something's not right, you need to change something. So when I went there, I guess I was introduced, one of my best friends worked at a holistic like grocery store, and I would always go see her at work, and she would just always be around all these healthy people that are co-workers, and I became friends with them, and then they would just teach me different things. And then once I started eliminating things from my life, mostly I started with dairy. That was the #1 thing, because I never thought, I grew up like with dairy in my life, my whole family. And so once it was kind of like slowly people started teaching me things. Like, I would meet someone who would be like, oh, I don't like consume dairy, and I'd be like, why? Like, I want to know more, right? Instead of being like, oh, that's weird, I'd be like intrigued. And so then I would learn about it, and then I would be like, you know what, I'm going to try that for myself. And then when I did eliminate it, I was like, holy moly, I feel so much better. I think what motivated me was just feeling like I knew the way that I was feeling wasn't like me. I didn't feel like normal. And a lot of people will just tell you like, oh, that's just like what you go through when you're a young female or whatever. But I'm just like, no, I don't think so. I don't think that like I was created to like feel this way. So I just kind of started like teaching myself the information that nobody would provide me, kind of like digging deeper. So instead of just being like, oh well, like you're a girl and you're like within 20 to 25, so you're just supposed to be like completely emotionally like crazy, and I'm just like, I don't think so. So for me, what really got me to eat differently was more of the hormonal emotional side of stuff, because I just knew there wasn't something right. And when I started eating right, and eating within reasonable times, like not letting myself get like completely deprived of food and then like stuffing my face, I just realized how much like how normal I felt. And then once I felt that normal, I was like, I want that all the time. I think being ambitious sometimes can be like slow torture, because as much as you want to have more and do more and become better, it's also sometimes it's tormenting, because when you're always striving for more, you sometimes forget what you have because you're looking at the next thing. And I definitely do that a lot. I'm like, well, yeah, I accomplished this, but like I need to do this. Like this isn't just a stepping stone. And I sometimes forget to stop and breathe and like appreciate what I have, for sure. So that's something I struggle with and definitely want to figure out how to do better. And also stuff. I'd like to get rid of all my stuff and just be very minimal. It's very hard, but I'm working on that too.
Yeah.
Consume dairy anymore, or alcohol, or sugar, or gluten, or whatever it is like for you, like that aligns with your goal. Every time you come upon a decision, that's you having to decide, you know? And just knowing that, it sounds so like harsh, but knowing every time you make the other choice, you're okay. Like you're not gonna vanish, or your goals are still in reach, but you're a little bit farther than you were. Like you had an opportunity to get a little closer and you just kind of staggered, you know? Just in general, like knowing who you are and like what you deserve from people, from relationships in general, it helps you make better choices with relationships, because then when the red flags come up, you're able to detect them, see them, and like either walk away from them or address them, versus like making everything fit. But kind of listening to myself, like listening to my instincts, starting to trust myself, and that all comes with time. It's like you sense something bad about either the way you feel or the way you're eating, just anything. If you sense that you're not truly happy with something that you can control, instead of just being like, oh well shit, I'm just gonna be upset about this and I'm just gonna be miserable about this, deciding like, you know what, like I'm not gonna like be upset about this or miserable, like I'm gonna figure out what it is and like I'm gonna change it or address it, fix this. I feel more empowered.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so if you want to check out Allie, I'm pretty certain a lot of you guys may follow Allie already, but if you want to see her makeup page and just really like life stuff,
yeah,
her Instagram is @AllieRupard, and her health and her wellness page is at the Hemp Honey, and
yes.
I have tagged her in the post I shared about her, so you can go check that out on my page.
Come say what's up.
And hit her up and ask her any questions that you may have.
Videos during the day,
so she's your go-to. So now you know Allie, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Thanks for having me.
And have
one day I'll have to do a Q&A on you, so we can learn about you more.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah.
So enjoy your holidays and Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye. Happy New Year.